Hey, okay, let it be known. I'm working hard when I ain't on the phone. This ain't a home, this ain't a phone. Grind never stopping, I'm keeping it cold.
Well, dramatic video shows the moment before a deadly attack at a wildlife park in China. Now, some viewers may find this disturbing. A woman steps out of her car after reportedly arguing with her husband, and then look at that. A tiger grabs her, dragging her away. Her husband and her mother run after her. She survived, but then her mother was killed. The couple's child stayed in that vehicle and was not injured. Wow.
They're great.
Damn.
Yo, you notice like how he ran out at first, and then he like, damn, we were just arguing. Let me run back. Bump that. I ain't on time. Watch that one. He get out the car. He's like, man, screw you. And then, all right, let me go.
He's like, I ain't trying to get hurt.
Yo, let me get some, help some backup.
But why is the kid getting out? No. No.
Okay.
Get your little booty butt back in that car.
Why the hell would you get out of your vehicle on a tiger safari knowing damn well them animals gonna maul your ass to death if they see you?
Because she's stupid. You can't expect a stupid person to do something smart. They're stupid.
Yeah, why? Even if they didn't get out, the fact that they arguing in the car during the whole like ride, like you still gotta watch your back.
Yeah.
Like what's going on?
How do you go around? So that means you crossed over. So you were facing the tiger's direction. How you miss a big tiger? How you miss it?
That was huge.
Maybe the tiger's on the side of the road or something. I don't know, not directly in front of him.
He was waiting just for somebody. They was coming out.
He was not thinking.
And let's keep it, man. Tigers are expert prey. They can hide in bushes, hide amongst trees until somebody come out, until something come by. They can do that, you know. They can blend in with the surroundings.
Yo, good thing you said that. Like,
them trees were open. It was trees. It wasn't like a whole bunch of actual like brush. She was not. She wasn't thinking.
Yeah. Yo, I was watching this video, and it was showing like how like lions and tigers and
I'm
hey,
sorry.
what's up, brother?
I'm so sorry. I don't know how long you've been waiting.
Oh, that's
it's your first time on our channel. Thank you so much for being here. I gotta give you a clap for that. Hold on. Here we go. Oh, good.
Thank you. Actually, I know you showed a new video. I just wanted to say something about the last one. And some people already realized this, and I know we're having fun, but also serious. Yeah. You know, every behavior, all behaviors for a reason. And when you go into situations, there's stepkids, there's grief and loss that they're dealing with. So the grief and loss in this story of the parent actually dying, and sometimes they hold resentment against the other parent that's still alive, just because of some subconscious schemas that go on. And then if you bring a new person into the relationship and I haven't finished grieving, and most kids really don't know how to articulate their grieving. So now my hostility is even stronger because like, who's this new person? And I totally agree with people who choose not to get into relationships where there's a stepchild. I say because of my background being going through 7 different foster homes in New York, then being adopted, I want to say that I have a different perspective, you know, because but you know, I think it's only because of my personal thing. Like, you know, I see this kid has the behavior, but I contribute that to the parent. However, I also then contributed to maybe about 2 generations back, because that parent just didn't wake up one day wanting to give this kid, wanting them to not have consequences, not wanting them to, that was something happened even before that. So the impact of great-grandparents parenting to the grandparents parenting and the impact of the parents parenting. So I don't want to say it's a lost cause, but then I look at how can I align with that mother so we can together help to correct the kid, because they know as long as they can split us, you know, they still, you know, that's my mama in this case. And if they could split us, then they'll always win. So I try and align it here. So then together, I mean, with permissions, you understand that I'm gonna help to consequence the kid. I'm gonna help to reward the kid. It won't just be me always reward. It's this partnership, and let me help you and strengthen where you might be weak, and then we do it together. And then if it's too much for our home, then there's this. I mean, there's the other programs like the those kid treatment centers or whatever, and go get them some help until they realize that if you want to be in our home, this is how you're gonna have to be. And then if they cut up my tires and stuff, no worries. It'll be the last tire they cut in that neighborhood. No, in that neighborhood, because they'll be back in one of these programs. Because clearly you don't want to be in our home. So anyway, I just wanted to add that those behaviors are out of line, but a lot of kids way into their adulthood holds on to resentment, and then they take it out on that step parent or to their primary parent.
Dang, good point. Dang, that was deep, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. And what's up, JD? Appreciate it. Things say love you both. Keep up the amazing work. Appreciate that. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Yeah, that was a different perspective to understand, kind of like the mental aspect. I think that's what I was trying to say earlier, because I don't really know, but I know something's going on. Some kids really just can't mentally handle what's going on. So I'm glad that you brought that into sight, because we have to think about.
Some won't even show it until their adult relationship. So let's say, James, when you said, hey, would you make me a sandwich at 3 a.m, right? Yeah. And Lady Di, if you said yes, and then you have a baby at 3 a.m, or let's say 1 a.m, you went to change the baby's diaper, you cracked a toe. Pow! But you're a strong woman, and boom, 3 a.m, you're up. I just happen to hear some pots and pans, but I go back to sleep. I'm up at 6 or 7 for school, and I'm like, Mom, why were you up? He wanted something last night. I made him. Now I'm thinking, you broke your toe at 1 a.m. You got up at 3 a.m. Now I can't really address Daddy. I mean, James is the power in the house. I'm not gonna, but I have resentment towards you because I can't believe you did that. Why didn't you just tell me you had a broken toe? And I present all this energy to you as a little kid, and when you're like, boy, sit down, be quiet, whatever. Then if we have a sister, is another female where I'm like, maybe I have a female teacher where I'm like, nah. And then one day, one of my best friends is beautiful animated, and she snaps, I'll cut you. And it's like, these women. And then when I'm up, I want a woman who's nurturing like Lady Di, like my mom, and who was good to my dad, James. But then once I get her, I spend the rest of the time trying to break her because of the hostility that I had for you, if that makes sense.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Yeah, that's just the minds. The minds are powerful, and it twists and turns, and it's like, damn, we just want to stay on this one track, but it's kind of impossible, because you're like, how do you deal with, like you said, growing up seeing that, and you're like, well, that's a little dysfunctional. Now my brain is like going like this. So I get that.
Well, that's why I was speaking on like the excuse of the daddy passing away. They're making it as everything. They're putting everything on it when that's only part of the problem. It's not the whole problem, it's part of it.
Right.
1,000,000,000%. And then when do we move on from that? Because you can't use that as an excuse forever, especially for some of them behaviors. That I get you're grieving, but now you've gone past the point where you're intentionally being disrespectful. Intentionally.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly. All right, we're going back to the tiger. Like he said, the tiger must seem freaknik. But yeah,
crazy.
But yeah, man, it's that tiger situation. I wanted to kind of say, like, a lot of times, like we let our emotions get the best of us, and we gotta stop. Like making a scene and just have a regular conversation, because a lot of times you'll get more out of the conversation. Just say, hey, I feel this way. This is how I felt when this happened. Blah blah. She said, well, I was trying to do this, but I didn't say you was trying to do this, but this is what I seen. You know what I'm saying? So if we can stop me from seeing those type of things, those type of gesture, because a lot of times we like to think that our communication is just verbal, but most of your communication is how you move, how you act, your your different facial expression. And I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna store that in my head. And then every time you make that facial expression, I'm thinking you making it because you're mad, right? So we gotta do better a lot of times with communication. So situation. I don't think a situation like this will ever happen. Like somebody get out the car and the tiger plate, but
I'd be that mad.
But yeah, but like hopefully she didn't lose her life. We don't know the rest of the story. It's crazy. Yeah.
Tunnel vision. Tunnel vision is the best way to describe her.
Yeah, good
you know
point.
what I'm saying? Sorry.
It's just, I mean, I'm gonna assume she did because he just grabs her, and then, I mean, come on, we already know the rest. There's no way someone was gonna pry him the mouth off of her, like.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. So a lot of times the animals, even though they're more powerful than us, they don't know that they're more powerful than us. So they'll see a group of people coming to them, then they like, oh, I'm outnumbered. Rather than I can just slap him one time, he gone. Hit her one time, she gone. You know what I'm saying? So they don't really have that. They just got a numbers mindset. So they'll count, okay, it's 4 against 1. All right, let me back up. You know what I mean? So maybe that's why he wanted that little kid to come out, maybe for a numbers game, but he was going to be behind in front of the kid just in case. I don't know.
No.
Hey,
hell no.
And he from that
booty butt back in the car.
Hey, he from that country, so I don't know. They might have like a culture of dealing with them. You know what I mean? So I don't really know exactly. But I had seen another video where they seen it was like a leopard or tiger or something, and they had a night vision on the animal, and people were just walking by the animal and jogging, running, and nobody know the animal was there. He could have jumped out, snatched somebody in there, but he was just moving through. Nobody knew. He was just like in a regular neighborhood, and they was tracking him with night vision on the camera. And it's crazy how those animals can move through the woods, and we will never know they're there.
But that's nighttime. This is bright daylight.
And do you know there's a possibility she would do that again. Because if animated, I'm gonna just pick you. We get into it. I jump out the car. Tiger gets a good chunk in my ass. All right, boom. Now, if you know on the movies they always show that you get some pepper, and then you brought the kid. Look, in case your daddy doesn't make it, I don't want you to say I didn't try. So you grab the kid and you run over there. Anyway, I survived. But do you know, because of that tunnel vision you were talking about, I'm so pissed that the whole reason I had to get out the car, I didn't have to. The whole reason I got out the car was because of you. Now, the whole reason a chunk of my ass is missing is because of you. And when it's like, well, why? Who told you to get out the car? But I'm locked into the belief that I had to suffer double consequences because I feel hurt. I didn't do this, blah, 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 blah. A lot of people are so quick to blame, like, look what you made me do, and look what happened, and look because of, even if we go back to that tire situation you were talking about earlier, you know, Lady Di could have called you and be like, my mom's going to be late to the airport because of you. Whoa, I didn't pop the Well, because, you know, if you two had not had that previous communication where here's how we deal with emergencies. So whenever we feel stress or chaos or an emergency, we're very quick to blame because we can't, like, I can't fight the tiger. So beautiful animated gets the blame. And then when she's like, well, your dumb ass shouldn't have jumped, is more still locked into the excuse. So a lot of people would repeat that behavior because they were too busy blaming instead of realizing how they messed up.
Well, those are people who've never taken accountability for anything, first of all. And then emotions are not logical.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah. Spot on.
Hustler, what did you have to say? I seen you got off the mic.
I just say that's a crazy situation.
Yeah.
I mean, damn. You in the middle of a tiger safari, you know animals everywhere. You want to get out the car over a dumb argument? No, how about you stay your ass in the car, settle down, get out the safari, then decide what you want to do. Go someplace where the animals are not, and then sort this whole mess out. You're not finna get me eaten alive because you want to be an asshole. No way.
Wow.
I think she really
fighting over.
What's that song from Rocky? The Eye of the Tiger. Well, that's what she thought. The Eye of the Tiger.
Trevor once said, if you are a wildlife safari, never get out the car. The guys tell you this. Wild animals are just that wild. Exactly.
Correct.
Wow.
That's why I almost go to that stuff,
right.
man. honestly, I let them do what they want to do. If I do go, I'm gonna have to have every type of spray, every type of weapon on me, just to make sure that we get up out of here. So
Yeah,
it's crazy. It's crazy out here, man.
Don't forget a hunting rifle.
Yeah.
She was a nice right. I see. I can't go on them things because I can't bring my own gun. You know what I'm saying? Like no, because I'm not depending on other people to save me. I just if I can't.
Well, I got news for you.
I'm not going.
I got news for you. A regular pistol or shotgun is not going to do much of anything against a wild animal. I can tell you that right now.
Oh yeah. What
Can I
about
ask the question? Yeah, and I see, Lady Di, you want to get moving forward. I just want to throw in there really quickly. Does anyone ever think that, because this environment, this however many miles, the people driving the trucks in there and wide open tops and all that, do we ever think like, not that it's not staged, that's not the right word. What I mean is like, it's almost like a zoo. And they tell you not to get out and stuff, but how is it that they have these wide open things and they just drive through 5 miles an hour, park and watch that buffalo's ass get eaten and da 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 da? I mean, I think some people don't. I don't think some people understand the magnitude of the situation because the guides make it seem so safe. Like it's a safari. Like you guys aren't coming here with raw chicken and feeding the animals at night and then bringing us, for $500, letting us out things.
Right.
Hey, okay, let it be known. I'm working hard when I ain't on the phone. This ain't a home, this ain't a phone. Grind never stopping, I'm keeping it cold.